Today, I'm back at Long Island Sports Cars, a McLaren and Aston Martin dealership here on Long Island in New York, to check out the all-new Aston Martin DBX 707. So, let's check it out. We've got this white McLaren GT. Must be done being serviced. And then we actually have Jerry's car here. You guys have seen this car on my channel so many times now. I feel like I'm riding in it every weekend. It's such a great car. The 570S in metallic black with orange accents. Man, the wheels on this GT, those look amazing. I could do with a more exciting color though. Got a white McLaren, a black McLaren. I need to see some purple McLarens. There's definitely not enough of those. So the DBX 707 is Aston Martin's new high-performance DBX SUV, one that's faster, quicker, and more aggressive than the standard DBX. And as you'll find out as we walk around the car, Aston Martin has been probably the most successful in transferring the design language of its sports cars onto an SUV shape, because this car, in my opinion, looks amazing. The DBX 707 starts at $239,000, which is about $50,000 more than the standard model. Let's talk performance. So the standard DBX makes 542 horsepower and 516 pound-feet of torque from its AMG-supplied twin-turbocharged 4-liter V8. The new DBX 707, on the other hand, makes 697 horsepower, which, in the European measure, is 707 PS, and this car also has 663 pound-feet of torque. The standard DBX goes from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 3.9 seconds and does a quarter mile in 12.4 seconds at 114 miles per hour. These numbers trail competitors like the Bentley Bentayga V8, the Audi RS-Q8, and the Mercedes-AMG GLE 63S. The more powerful DBX 707, however, does 0 to 60 miles per hour in 3.1 seconds and a quarter mile in just 11.4 seconds. Additionally, it can reach 100 miles per hour in just 7.4 seconds. The top speed of this car is a claimed 193 miles per hour, which is more than the Lamborghini Urus's 190 mile per hour top speed. The engine in the DBX 707 isn't exactly the same as the engine in the standard DBX. So the 707's engine has new turbochargers, redesigned induction and exhaust systems, and a reprogrammed engine control unit to manage it all. To deal with the extra output, the standard DBX's 9-speed automatic transmission is replaced with an AMG-sourced version that features a wet clutch pack instead of a torque converter. In addition to faster shift times, the new gearbox adds a race start launch control function, and it's quite easy to access. In either Sport mode or Sport Plus mode, you press the brake and gas simultaneously. The digital instrument display flashes a red race start message, and when the revs hit 4,000 RPM, you release the brake and enjoy being launched back into your seat. You'll hear it soon, but this car is quite loud thanks to its active exhaust system with quad outlets. This is different from both the standard and optional sport setups in the base car. No matter the drive mode, holding either of the shift paddles when pressing the ignition button triggers a loud and mean-sounding startup, but this car's soundtrack is still more reserved than that of AMG's most hardcore products. Exclusive to the DBX 707 are new standard carbon ceramic brakes. So the rotors are a massive 16.5 inches across in front and 15.4 inches in back. And as far as caliper colors go, customers can choose from black, bronze, orange, yellow, red, and gray. What's amazing is that these rotors are said to shed 88 pounds compared to the cast iron rotors in the standard DBX. The 707's rear track has been widened by 0.6 inches, and its electronically controlled rear differential has been recalibrated, both of which help the rear end to better dig into the pavement when powering out of corners. Aston Martin claims a front to rear weight distribution of 52% to 48%, which is more advantageous than most of its competitors. As in the standard DBX, the 707 has 48-volt active anti-roll bars along with air springs, which can raise the ride height by 1.8 inches or lower it by 1.2 inches. The system offers GT mode, which is default, Sport mode, and Sport Plus mode. The active anti-roll system has been tweaked for increased roll resistance, and the cornering attitude is virtually flat. The ride, though, has become quite firm when equipped with optional 23-inch wheels. They just look amazing. Like, how could you not want these wheels? So now let's discuss the DBX 707's design. So the first thing you notice when you look at this car is the massive front grille. So this grille opening is actually 27% larger to permit greater airflow for engine cooling. And on each side of the grille, you have revised air intakes that are bisected by horizontal daytime running lights. The new aero pieces include a carbon fiber front splitter, revised skirts along the rocker panels, air deflectors ahead of the front and rear wheel openings, an air outlet cut into the rear quarter panels, an extended rear diffuser, which is quite prominent, and a longer rear spoiler. The mirror caps and side streaks can be done in carbon fiber like we see here. Look how glorious that carbon is. Or they can be done in black to match the window surrounds, the hood vents, and the roof rails. So we discussed the performance and the design. Now let's hop inside and take a look at the interior. So I actually have the key in my hand already. This is what it looks like. You've got your lock button, your unlock button, and your trunk release button. And on the sides, it says Aston Martin. So let's unlock it. So just like the Lamborghini Huracan, you put your thumb here, kind of push it in, and then this pops out. You grab that, you pull it open, and we're in. So taking a look at the interior, you've got premium materials like leather and carbon fiber trim. So the interior feels very elegant but also sporty. And you've got this nice little design on the seat. You've got contrast stitching. You've got the embroidered Aston Martin logo in the headrest. So the interior is very nice. A full leather dash. It's a nice place to be. I especially love these glossy carbon fiber door sills. So you've got the Aston Martin logo, and then it says DBX, hand built in Great Britain. Like the engine, the infotainment system is another thing borrowed from Mercedes. Unfortunately though, it's not their latest setup. Instead, it's a 10.3-inch display with Aston's own graphics, operated via a Mercedes previous generation rotary controller and touchpad. So here's the rotary controller, and then the touchpad right here. So if you press the home button, it pulls up the home page. You've got navigation, radio, media, phone, connect, vehicle, and system settings. So there's a lot of buttons in the center here, meaning there's a lot to learn. So these two are for the infotainment, and then you've got your drive mode selector right here. So we'll go into that shortly, but let's first take a look at the other buttons. So you've got your power button for the infotainment, your exhaust button to open the valves and make the car louder. You've got what looks like hill descent and the button for the air suspension. You've got your parking cameras button, your parking sensors, your engine start stop button, so you can turn it on or off, and your hazard lights button. And then over here you have all your climate control settings, as well as your lock and unlock button for the car. You have two AC vents in the center, and up here in the middle you have your engine start stop button next to your gear buttons. So park, reverse, neutral, and drive. You've got two enlarged cup holders in the center with your console right here. So what's really neat about this interior is that this is like floating. So you actually have space underneath. So you put your phone on that pad there and it charges it. And then you have like a little storage bucket here to keep some things on top of storage in the doors. And of course you've got a glove box, back seats, and a full trunk. Taking a look at the steering wheel in front of me, it's completely covered in leather. You've got these nice carbon fiber paddle shifters. Just listen to those. Such a satisfying sound. You've got your controls for the infotainment on the right side, and then your cruise control buttons on the left side, as well as telephone. You've got volume down here. Then you've got an Artura. guess, going for a drive. You've got this fully digital instrument cluster surrounded by carbon fiber, and your light functions to the left of the steering wheel. This stock is right out of a Mercedes-Benz. You've got the heated steering wheel function as well as your function to move the steering wheel up or down. So you scroll through the different infotainment pages with this right here. So if we push down on it, you can see the display changing, showing you some information about the car and your drive. If we push this button, it moves over to the right side. If we go down, you can see how this display is changing: navigation, tachometer, fuel economy. So in the center, you have your traction control button, your suspension button, and your drive mode selector. So let's run through the different drive modes. So you've got terrain, individual, GT, sport, and sport plus. So 4 of those are on-road drive modes, and then terrain is for off-road. So you actually press the center of this dial to pull up the transmission's manual mode, which holds your paddle selected gears. So manual mode is what you want to be in when you're doing things like tackling tight corners on mountainous terrain, because the 663 pound-feet of torque available across a broad 2600 to 4500 RPM rev range doesn't really require you to downshift into most corners or upshift coming out of them. There's a good amount of room back here. This is actually really cool how you have carbon fiber on the back of the front seats. Got a little storage pocket right here for your belongings. You've got your climate control and AC vents in the center, as well as lock and unlock buttons back here with some USB ports. This is a really nice back seat. Got this pull down thing in the center, just like most SUVs, with some cup holders. And again, you have the beautiful embroidered Aston Martin logo back here as well on 2 of the seats. So if we take a look at the window sticker, this is a press and marketing car. It's not a customer car. The exterior color is satin titanium gray, with the interior being onyx black with Arden green metallic. So this is Arden green metallic. I think it's beautiful, and it matches the exterior really well. So the optional equipment on this build includes bronze brake calipers, which is a $1,500 option, as well as some other options like satin paint, which is almost $9,000. The gloss black grille is an $800 option. You've got acoustic privacy glass, you've got mirrored stitching, smoke to rear lamps, twill carbon veneer, which is a $4,500 option, the duotone Inspire interior, which is a $7,600 option, and the 23-inch forged textured black wheels are a $5,700 option. So spec'd out the way this one is, the price comes to almost $300,000, $292,186 to be exact.
It's local.
So now let's go for a ride in the new DBX 707. Man, it sounds so angry. Oh, I see what you mean, that it just wants to constantly move.
Yeah, it keeps rolling, and it's not pulling back like the transmission. It's not pulling back. It just keeps going.
Kind of just feels like a sports car on stilts.
It does.
And I know that's what people say about the Macan and the Cayenne.
And I like that even though it's giving so much power, it's giving you a lot of freedom in the wheel. It's not restricting you, you know what I mean? Because, you know, a lot of cars get heavy.
Right.
This is very, like, loosey-goosey in a way. You know
right.
what I mean?
It trusts you.
I kind of like it. Yeah, I kind of like it. It's like, it's letting you do whatever it wants you to do with it, you know?
Right.
It's not restricting you, which I like.
Yeah, that is nice.
Okay, you can let me go. Thank you.
hear that engine in the cabin. It's so
And
nice.
It's still like, look, it's still like, it wants you to like
Right.
press on the throttle.
Doesn't like going slow.
No, it doesn't.
This seems like a perfect road trip car.
I think so, yeah. I mean, imagine.
Because it
It's
could be
comfortable,
chill.
actually.
Right. Then you could also just step on it. And the brakes are good. Carbon ceramic brakes. Great stopping power. Oh, I love the backfiring. That's got to be addicting. And this is totally stock, obviously,
Stock.
because it's a manufacturer car, and
Yeah.
for it to sound that good. Because, you know, most people pay to have their cars modified to sound like that. That's amazing.
Or even be this fast.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, because technically the Urus has a lower top speed.
It does, yeah.
So this is one of the fastest.
707 is the fastest now.
Nice. So people can order this now, right?
They can order it. Factory orders are available.
And we're back at the dealership. Nice double view. Top view,
Yeah.
the back view.
360 camera.
So we just got back from the test drive. Huge thanks to Lauren here at Long Island Sports Cars for taking me for a ride in this amazing new SUV. And it's actually parked up here next to the regular DBX, so you can see how much more aggressive the 707 is compared to the standard one. This one looks beautiful, more elegant, way less aggressive than this. I mean, just look at the grille. The difference in the size of the grille is so noticeable. And of course, just the front end is lower on this one than that one. You can just tell this one is way beefier. I love it. So if you guys are interested in ordering a DBX 707, you can do so here at Long Island Sports Cars. So taking a look at some of the cars currently for sale here at Long Island Sports Cars, we actually have the Aston Martin Vantage Roadster F1 Edition in black. You can see the F1 Edition badge on the side with some exposed carbon. This car is so cool. I love the wing at the back. Then you've got this golden saffron DBX. That's a wild color. DBS Superleggera Volante, another DBS Superleggera Volante, DBS Superleggera Coupe, and this beautiful Vantage Roadster. This color is yellow tang. I've actually seen it quite often here at the dealership. Then we've got some McLarens, the new Artura, a pre-owned Porsche for sale. So yeah, there's tons of nice cars here. If you see one that you like, be sure to email Brian Knoll, the general manager here. I'll put his email in the description and tell him I sent you. So that was my visit to Long Island Sports Cars in Roslyn, New York. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.